Howdy Hounds, my name is Ian and this is the very first episode of History Hounds, This Day in History, July 4th. Yeah, for our inaugural video we picked an easy one, American Independence Day. Even though the Second Continental Congress voted on independence on July 2nd with the passage of the Lee Resolution, it wasn't until July 4th, 1776, that delegates from the 13 colonies ratified the Declaration of Independence, officially announcing our independence from Great Britain, kicking off a history of fireworks, hot dogs, and backyard cookouts. Interestingly enough, two of the architects of this monumental occasion, President John Adams, an Adams lifelong frenemy, and author of the Declaration of Independence, Thomas Jefferson, both died on this day in history, in 1826. Legend has it that when Adams passed, he was convinced that Jefferson outlived him, that his final words were "Jefferson lives," not knowing that he had passed away a couple of hours earlier. 5 years later, another founding father and President number 5, James Monroe, also died. If I had a nickel for every president that died on the 4th of July, I'd have 15 cents, which isn't much, but it's rare that it happened 3 times. In U.S. Civil War news, today also marks the end of the month-and-a-half-long siege of Vicksburg. On July 4th, 1863, Union forces led by Ulysses S. Grant successfully gained control of the garrison at Vicksburg, Mississippi, and more importantly, the Mississippi River. This, combined with General Meade's victory in Gettysburg only 1 day prior, marked the turning point for Union forces. Grant's forces managed to keep the gates of Vicksburg for a month and a half. Which reminds me, it's sponsor time. This video is brought to you by Gatekeepers REI. If you find yourself in a difficult situation and need to sell your home quickly, Gatekeepers is here to help. Check the link down in the description below for more information. Moving on this day in history, 1997, NASA successfully landed the Mars Pathfinder, which included the first successful Mars rover. Originally designed for a 7-day mission, it was able to gather and analyze information for almost 3 months. Talk about overachieving. The entire project only cost $280 million, which seems like a lot of money, but compared to the $5 billion adjusted for inflation spent on the Viking program in 1975, it's a huge savings. Birthdays today, we've got 30th President Calvin Coolidge, Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright Neil Simon, and this guy. Yeah, I know we already went over Independence Day, but this is actually the birthday of the American flag as we know it. On this day in 1960, the 50-star version of the flag was unveiled to the public, almost a full year after Hawaii was admitted into the Union. This is due to the Flag Act of 1818, which states that any new stars will be added to the flag on July 4th. Which means that next time we update this flag, it'll be on this day in the future. Which brings me to this week's trivia question. Most of you know that Old Glory here has 13 stripes, one for each colony, but from 1794 to 1818, she had 15 stripes. Can you fellow history hounds tell me why? Let me know down in the comments below. I'll reveal the answer in next week's installment. I'll play us out with a quote from one of our birthdays, President Calvin Coolidge. The only way I know to drive out evil from this country is by the constructive method of filling it with good. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell to be alerted when we've got some more knowledge to lay on you. Have a great week, everybody. See you in history.